Have you ever wondered what worry actually is? I have so many patients coming in to see me saying, Dr. Kennedy, I've just got to stop worrying. I've got to get out of my head. I've got to stop worrying. Well, you have to understand what worry actually is and what purpose it serves. So in this little series I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about worry, what it is exactly, at least in my opinion, and what you can do about it. So if you're ready, let's get into it. Hi, and welcome to the Anxiety MD, a channel I created to give you the best tips and strategies to help you deal with anxiety. I'm Dr. Russ Kennedy. I am the Anxiety MD. I'm a medical doctor who also struggled with anxiety for many years. And I want to give you the best tips and strategies to help you overcome anxiety in your life. So in this video, I'm talking about worry. It's the first in a series of videos that I'm doing about worry, what worry is and what you can do about it. So worry really is the mind's attempt at trying to keep you safe. Now I know that sounds odd because worry makes us feel distinctly unsafe, but it's the mind's attempt to make you feel safe. And the reason why we have worry is because we have a fear bias in our brains. Thousands of years ago, when we were hunter-gatherers, we needed fear to protect us. So when we heard a rustle in the bushes, we would mount a fear reaction. And then we would start to worry, what is that? Could that be a predator? And the people that thought that way generally survived, and the people that heard the rustle in the bushes and thought, it's probably just the wind, they didn't survive, they got eaten. So we have selected over thousands of years to be worriers, because in a way the fear bias of the brain supports us worrying because we worry to try and keep ourselves safe. But unfortunately in this day and age, when we worry, we make ourselves feel distinctly unsafe. Back thousands of years ago, we'd worry about predators, we'd worry about real dangers. But now, we worry about mental dangers. We worry about the stuff that we fabricate in our own mind. And the things that we do, it's kind of like what I call the 3 W's of worry. Warnings, what ifs, and worst case scenarios. So a warning is kind of like, hey, this may not go well for you, so maybe you should just think again. A what if is, what if you get a test from the doctor and what if that turns out to be cancer? And the worst case scenario is, that is cancer and I'm going to die soon. So in a way, we create this worry out of the fear bias that we have in our brains to try and protect ourselves. And I'll talk more about why we do that in the series. But the first one is all about the fear bias, and it's all about how worry gets created in an attempt to protect us. So your worry isn't trying to hurt you. Your anxiety isn't trying to hurt you. In a way, it's trying to keep you safe. So the more we worry, the more we perceive that we are keeping ourselves safe. And how does that work? That works in a way that we worry about things that typically don't happen. So if you worry about failing a test and you wind up getting your mark back and you pass the test and you worried about failing the test. And then you find out that it worked out well after all. So what does your mind do? Your mind makes the unconscious assumption that you passed because you worried. Now I know this isn't rational, but the unconscious mind where all the worries start isn't rational. So we make up these worries to try and protect ourselves. These warnings, what ifs, and worst case scenarios. And if you know that your worries are an attempt to protect you, then why not just go to protecting yourself right away? Go into your body, go into feeling, go into taking a breath, rather than getting sucked into this old pattern of worry. Now, I know it's not this easy, but once you are aware of what worries actually are, they're a way of trying to keep you safe, but in making you try to feel safe by figuring out every possible scenario that could go wrong, it makes you feel distinctly unsafe. So worry in that respect causes much more damage than it helps. So it's really important to understand that worries are just your mind's attempt, using the fear bias of the brain, to protect you. And it's been an evolutionary process because those of us in our ancestry that worried tended to pass on their DNA, whereas those that didn't worry got eaten. Now that's the simple thing, but I'm going to create this series, and I hope it's going to be some fun, and we can enjoy what worry really is, rather than have it being this big fear that's always haunting us. Because worry is nothing more than making sense out of things that don't make sense, out of trying to make sense out of the future. And that's what the next video is going to be about. So if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, and don't believe everything you think. And I hope to see you in the next video.